दिल में अब यूं तेरे भूले हुए गम आते हैं, जैसे बिछड़े हुए काबे में सनम आते हैं। एक एक करके हुए जाते हैं तारे रोशन, एक एक करके हुए जाते हैं तारे रोशन, मेरी मंजिल की तरफ तेरे कदम आते हैं। रक्स माई तेज करो, साज की लाई तेज करो, सुए माईखाना सफीरानाए हरम आते हैं। कुछ हमी को नहीं एहसास, कुछ हमी को नहीं एहसान उठाने का दिमाग, वो तो जब आते हैं माइल बाकरम आते हैं। और कुछ न गुजरे शबे फुरकत से कहो, दिल भी कम दुखता है, वो याद भी कम आते हैं। Good evening and welcome to Sheetal of Conversation, Sunday evening, 7 p.m. IST show. This is your 122nd show, and I am your host, JUGAL, speaking from the threshold of Sheetal of Conversations. It's a great delight to see you again and meet you again in this great rendezvous of Renaissance show of the civilization which is nestled in the left part of the Himalayas. And it has been known time immemorially as the cradle of this great Indian Oriental civilization, a place from where the knowledge of wisdom has gone across, and it is a synthesis, point of synthesis. And we have been doing shows in art, culture, literature, languages, men and matters, place consciousness, waterways, ecology, and all other wonderful, things. I mean, treatises, travelogues, ancient wisdoms, brotherhood, folk memory, theater, architecture, art, literature, and as DP Dar used to say, men and matters, legends, maestros. And this has been a wonderful journey, a beckoning journey, and somewhere down the line is an archival work, and it is, I bring the people, the most brilliant minds of the times into the studio, and we talk, and ultimately this is all recorded in the archival library. So once again, we are gathered here. I'm indebted to all of you, grateful to all of you. Uh, there was a time in Kashmir, I remember, when all the great producers and directors used to rush. It is much before that 1990 when people migrated, and that horrific times came in to the valley. But it was a great place, a romantic place. We used to go to this, watch this, witness these shows, and Oberoi Palace was full, Shah Abbas was full, crew, cast, creed, best possible brains in those times. Shami Kapoor, Shamila Tagore, Rajesh Khanna. Who didn't visit Valley? It was more alluring than the Switzerland. So that was a place where these things. Then, unfortunately, Nazar Lag Gayi, what happened, and this ultimately this went to standstill. And I could see that even the best possible films, the Hollywood releases, they used to go to the main theater, Regal, and the Central Theater, that where the Nehruji and all others came. So, having said that, today our topic is all about two newcomers, two youngsters in their 20s who are into the filmmaking and who have studied mass communication, and they are now they have started their first venture, that too in a Kashmiri language. So coming to the Kashmiri language, we know that Pran Kishore ji was on my show, and MK Saab has been on my show, KK, all these people, Safroz, Kiran Kumar, SIDDARTH, Tak. I know that this Kashmiri story of filmmaking starts with that Moezrat, and then finally, I don't know, Balraj Sahni's that film, Shaire Kashmir, Mahjoor, and then later on some films, probably one film which I really didn't like, that was in Indra Theatre, that was Baba Dub. It was for Jyoti Saru, a very badly made film. It was in Kashmiri dialect. And later on, recently I saw a short, Bashir Dada acting in some short it was Kuluf. Kuluf. It wasn't. These are all Kashmiri language films. But the mainstream cinema, certainly it baffles me, because I have been living in Valley as well as other places simultaneously. So I have a mixed sensibilities, but certainly I will going to, there's a legend in today's show as well. I'm going to ask him this question to have an introspection. Why didn't this end into the mainstream cinema? Like we have the cinemas in Karnataka, we have the cinemas in Andhra Pradesh, all the Pradesh, Bengali cinema, we all, the Satyajit Ray and all that. Was it, whose fault was it? Was it the fault of the movement or the foreign rule or whatever? As the Nadim Saab said that Ashos Gomad Kropus, the Kropus wala system kya tha? So today in my show, first of all, I like to say this is SIDDARTH KOUL and ANKIT WALLI. They are the youngsters who have studied mass communication, and finally they had been able to produce and direct a movie known as Battkoch. We can all understand. But means but is a word from Sanskrit, but, and but means the people who are learned, who used to teach in those ancient times, and they used to go across Mongolia, other countries, Central Asia, and other places, and come back. And I think the whole valley, for that matter, unless and until there is a genetic synthesis or genetic mix, all are buttas basically. The way of worship may be different. So it's a very, very wonderful word. We know Butterworth, and there are many, many stories about that. I don't want to go deep into that. So Battkoch is a very, it catches your attention. It's a wonderful, they have coined a wonderful title. I don't know what is the philosophy behind it. And this film has been shown into many places. I believe I asked for this movie, but I didn't get it. But I have heard the great reviews, and people have started loving this movie. And it has its own, the metamorphosis, the development, and all of that. And the biggest thing is that people are young. And one of the most legendary personality of our time is the international theater personality, television personality, academician, one of the great maestros of acting, my big brother, RAINA Saab, who was my neighbor in Kashmir. I was very young in those days, and जब वो window खोलते थे तो उनका we used to see him. He was a fascinating personality, and he has taught into the institution across the globe, and he is one of the greatest legends we have in the contemporary times. And I don't know, he's always fresh and very joyous. I'll ask him the reason for that. He was in my show last time when it was 4.5 years back. Probably he remembers or not. It was Nanavariya Spera Sheetal Nathani. So that was the title he asked me to keep. And he's a Sheetal Nathian. I'm a Sheetal Nathian. He's a Sathu boy. I'm a Sathu boy. So we both are Sathu boys. And we have another wonderful personality with us, that is Vinayak ji. Vinayak RAZDAN is a very eye-catching personality, especially when you make rounds on this. You can find his photographs. Probably he has taken from some foreign authors and other sources. He has made a wonderful archival, Kashmir images, probably by the title. And he is a wonderful engineer who has ventured into some creative work of a startup, and he has grown into volume, and he has proved his mettle. But he's especially his archival work, especially the civilizational, documentation of civilizational art, culture, languages, and bringing the memory alive. I think that is a very unique work what he's done. So his presence is felt all over, and I really am overwhelmed to meet him. And I probably earlier thought that I will have one conversation with him complete. But today, we have to encourage and appreciate our youngsters, SIDDARTH KOUL Saab and WALLI Saab, to the show. So let us all welcome to everyone to the show of Sheetalath Conversations. Hello and welcome all to the Sheetalath Conversations 122nd show. I'm really grateful. I'm delighted. I'm joyous that all of you have joined with show. With my big brother, RAINA Saab, here on the left with his black backgrounds and red. And on the right, we have Vinayak ji, such a brilliant personality of our times, and SIDDARTH. And so let us to begin with. I'll just begin to say, first of all, today I came to know just before starting of the show that you didn't meet earlier. I was going to ask you with this question: "Aap sab log mile kaise? How did you all meet?" Especially now, I'll ask SIDDARTH and WALLI Saab, how did you meet your producer, Mr. Vinayak ji? Was it pre-planned or it happened afterwards once you made the film?
No, it was not pre-planned. First of all, thank you so much for calling us on this show. We are humbled and we are honored to be on this show. And just one correction, you mentioned that we have produced this film, but so sorry,
Okay.
we have not produced this film. Producer is here, Vinayak ji is here.
Yes,
He has
sir.
produced this film. So
I meant as a team, you together produced. I felt it like that.
The production.
we were in the production team. but yes. So
That's not so cut a short is wishna me atmaz na catch banana na to shoot rom that much what nothing like Kashmir images. So that implies that it's Vinayak ji, the
Search
producer.
Kashmir.
yes,
Search Kashmir.
It's
search
not Kashmir.
Kashmir.
Search Kashmir.
Search Kashmir.
Search Kashmir.
Search Kashmir.
Yeah.
Kashmiri search Kashmir. Yeah. Please go
So
ahead, Siddharth.
yes, coming to the point, and how we both met Vinayak ji. So first we pitched our script. We made a script. We built our script first, and we pitched it to some producers, and we got the rejections. But at that time, I personally I was demotivated at that time. But Ankit uh, Ankit just motivated me, and he said this story has the power, and this story can do wonders. बट मतलब उसी टाइम मुझे थोड़ा सा जो है मोटिवेशन आया था, और we were scrolling through Instagram, and we got to know about Search Kashmir. We were also following this page, but हमने कभी सोचा नहीं था कि हम इनको पिच करेंगे. बट we तुमने किया था कि
Yeah, actually what happened was that we were scrolling through Instagram, we saw Search Kashmir ka page, and we messaged Vinayak ji ki hi, I am Ankit and Siddharth. We have built a script. We wanted to pitch it to you, but we didn't got any response from Vinayak ji because Vinayak ji is busy with with other steps. So there's a friend whose name is Anmol. Anmol Kachru. He messaged Vinayak ji and said ki there's a message. Ankit and Siddharth have sent you a message. Please check that. So Vinayak ji checked the message. Vinayak ji messaged us back. We did a meeting with Vinayak ji.
We pitched our script. Then Vinayak ji sent us. Vinayak ji told us that let's do one Google Meet, and we pitched the script to him, and he was really impressed with the script. He just said कि क्या करना है, मतलब मेरे से क्या चाहते हो. तो हमने बस बोला कि आपसे सर हम थोड़ा सा जो है पैसा चाहते हैं ताकि हम इसको जो है स्क्रिप्ट को जो एग्जीक्यूट कर पाए. तो सॉरी मेरे को कॉल आ रहा है.
You need to put it on the aeroplane mode, then only they will stop, because you are a filmmaker now. तो जम्मू शहर में सब आपको तलाशेंगे ना.
So I will add my part of
please.
So
before I go into the yes, please Vinayak, please complete. इसका जवाब दे दीजिए आप. हाँ.
As in Search Kashmir, so Search Kashmir started as my personal project. Like 13-14 years ago, I traveled to Valley alone without telling my family and those things, and then I started discovering Kashmir on my own, reading up stories. So I like reading. So I discovered things, and I thought, okay, I'm learning new things. Not a lot of it was very early days of internet, in that sense, mobiles and creating websites and those things was still new. So I thought of sharing those stories, and over time, a lot of people. So there were a lot of books in which material was there in archives. It was not there out in the public. I started moving those into public spaces. Right now, images, I think there are 8,000 images that were not there earlier of Kashmir. I put them out, and then people used to add notes what exactly this image is, which people sharing their personal story. So it started growing into from a personal journey, it started into a bigger project. Like, okay, I'm archiving. So it became from images, it became articles about cinema, theater, audio collections, and interviews of people, personalities. As I learned, I started sharing itself. And some 5-6 years ago, then everybody was sharing and everything. I said, okay, what next can be done? So I was like, okay, why aren't we not able to produce stuff in our own language? Once I moved to Kerala, I saw how in Kerala, especially, how Malayalam is flourishing, and how they are telling their local stories in their languages, their songs, you hear their pop songs, even they have their base of their original culture in it. And I was like, surely we should be able to do it. And then it became my inspiration, and that production of music and videos and those things was I saw work by Naveen Pandita. So he was one of the early inspirations. So I saw him go to Kashmir in a day or two, shoot a beautiful video, hire an artist, some unknown artist at that time, Rahul Vanchu. He took him and made a very beautiful Alav that became. And then he actually gave me the. Naveen just said, "Okay, you use it, no questions asked," and I shared it around. And that gave me an idea. Actually, there are people talented, and they want spaces. There is want of resources, but not dearth of ideas or executions. So
Intention as well.
yes, yeah. And then I started producing a little bit more of the putting in, like, okay, let's make more music videos and recreating. It was an idea of drawing in younger generation. So also my Kashmiri was not that great at the time, and I learned it by music through reading in a way. I'm cut off from the place, so I thought others will also be able to do. Now when I see people in US and those things now singing karaoke on those Kashmiri songs, it has a meaning. So when these guys wrote to me, obviously I get a lot of messages. I saw, okay, just sometime before that, somebody had even pitched me some story in Manali, something they are doing something and some murder mystery and those things. They were Kashmiri, but I don't know what. So I didn't respond. In their case also, I don't know what these two young guys have written. Okay, they have sent something. I didn't. But with Anmol, when Anmol wrote in, so Anmol is somebody who again is from the younger generation. He went back to Kashmir. He does very nice photography, documenting of Kashmiri Pandit houses, culture, and those things. So I commissioned some of his work at that time. So I knew him. So when he said, okay, these are two friends of mine, see if you can be interested in something like that, just listen them out. Then I heard them, and then I already was making some sense, like, okay, now we should be able to do something like that. I was looking for if we can do, but who will do? Because how to do it is nobody knows. I have no idea about film production. I'm by profession, I'm a game producer. That too, accidentally, I ended up from being jobless to ending up into something where I could excel. But these guys were hungry. I could see they were hungry. So, which means they will be able to execute also when the time comes. So it all, I never met him.
Like, I'll come back to you. It's wonderful to talk
Yes.
to you. And before I come to then Siddharth also. And we are in a habit because, like such Kashmir, Shitama's conversation is also, it's filled with, brimmed with civilizational matters. I'm engaging best possible brains across the globe, and especially Kashmir. So, first of all, before we move further, I pay my regards to MK Raina Sahab. Raina Sahab, एक question है, because आप जैसे legend को मैं क्या पूछ सकता हूँ? What can I ask? But simply, I wanted to ask one thing. Only one thing I wanted to ask, which I asked in my introduction. Why was, as Vinayak ji is now seeing Malayalam cinema and decided, why can't we do it? It is post-termine. He is doing it post-termine. बहुत courage चाहिए. So the times which were the greater pasture days in Kashmir, जब world के पूरी दुनिया के लोग वहाँ, they used to come to shoot there. Why didn't this indigenous Kashmiri mainstream cinema develop there? And was it lacking in front of the expertise, or lack of training, or lack of literature, or lack of research? What was it, sir?
You see, my experience tells me that anybody in Kashmir who wants to be in the media wants to go to Bombay. And the role model, the god, is in Bombay. And they want to do all those films where you chase the trees and sing songs. And those songs you see in Kashmiri also happening. It's a big aspiration. You can't help it. It's every city it has this. There are only those educated states, I'm sorry to, who are concerned about their culture. He talked about Malayali. Any book in the world that is of worth something gets first published in Malayali translation. So you can understand the reach. There's a people involvement in their films, in their international theatre festivals. They do world's one of the best theatre festivals and the best international film festival in Trivandrum. I've been on there, you know.
At Trivandrum, they have the great festivals there. Yeah.
So, like Kerala, like you have Karnataka, you have Bengal, you have doing that. The point is, if you go into that rat race of you have to have high budget, so many million, you're not making a film, you're making a business model. And then you're stuck with that business model. You have to make money so the producer gets not waste his money, you get the compromises. The film I have done 2 Malayali films also, by the way. And what they do, they वही इडली सांभर खाते हैं and film अच्छी बनती है. They do not waste their money into paraphernalia of stars coming. Their stars are normal human beings, absolutely normal human. मुंडू पहन के आएंगे. No big airs about them. And their films are known all over the world. Now, this aspiration was never I've seen from my childhood in Kashmir. Whatever was there, how we will reach to Bombay. A lot of our actors have gone from Srinagar and got lost in Bombay, completely lost. But terrible lives they have led there. I've met some of them. So I think it is see, when you have this, the hunger that I want my culture, story of my culture to be told.
But you had the best. You had MK bhai. Just sorry to intervene you. They had the best possible cultural movements post 1965. The theatrical movement, the art movement, the cultural movement.
No, we are nowhere. Let me say.
We are nowhere. Anyway.
And 26, we are nowhere in theater. We are. I mean, accepting the people who might have done very minuscule work. We are
Amateurish.
Popular. In fact, there is a term, they say that I do theater. What plays have you done? I did this on television. I did this on television.
Oh,
now, television is theater. They have no idea. Cinema is different ball game altogether. It's not even television. It's a ball game, completely different ball game. And that is one. Second is you should have the access to the technology. What Orissa did. There is a film industry in Orissa, big film industry.
The best technicians they have.
Cameras, they bought, they made a studio, Kalinga studio, they made rooms there, all kinds of things to make infrastructure so that people can spend very little money and make a film. What we made a film policy, you can't will you money, Bombay is the first priority for them, even the Bombay producers are their first priority. That you should read, there is a film policy of Kashmir. It is invisible.
Yeah. Muzaffar Ali was given a bank loan by JK Bank, Zuni for Zuni.
What will happen now after these 2 boys have made this film? Perhaps 2 more boys will come and make something else. But that space has been now created. Your audiences are wanting to see your own story in their own language. It has happened. Yes, I think in this 12 months, there was one other film in Kashmir, the local people made there also. There was a great response. But that is the only thing. But it is a small market. Now, what these films have to do, they have to go beyond that. They have to make these films so that they can enter the international and national festivals where they are celebrated nationally and internationally. That's
I'm amazed the population of around 1 crore, yet it is a small market and yet we are not able to do that. That's a paradox we live in. Anyway, sir, I'll move further to Siddharth and Ankit. Siddharth, Ankit, I want just for younger generation, I want bit of your stories. You have lived in the hills of Himachal. I saw your Instagram today. It was very colorful. So I like colorful things like MK Bhai has, the life with the beat. So I really want to tell you tell us about your sensibilities, local sensibilities and synthesis with the Kashmiri sensibilities, which you could see the culture, traditions, or whatever, education or the music or the festivals. Tell us something about briefly introduce yourselves. How you grew up. Yeah.
So yes, I was born in Jammu and brought up in Punjab and Himachal. So till 6th standard, I was in Punjab, and after that, my father got transferred to Himachal. He's a government employee, and yes, in my family, the language was very well, really very well celebrated because क्योंकि language is कश्मीर ज़ुबान से, so मिशबासन कि हमारी जो कश्मीरी ज़ुबान है बहुत ज़्यादा खूबसूरत है, शुवारिया ज़्यादा असल. So I think from childhood only I have heard stories of Kashmir, and every time कुछ भी यल्ति के incident os gasan garis timis relate karan, they were relating it to back in Kashmir. How was this thing happened? जब ये चीज होती थी इस कितपट इस क्या करन कश्मीर कितपट के क्या इस करन. So yeah, like that. And I have heard stories of my grandparents. It was a romantic world there in Kashmir. They were going to Nishad Bagh, and they were having uh, at that time they were having lunch there. वो बस मैंने वैसी स्टोरीज सुनी है हमेशा कि वो कैसे जो है जाते थे अलग अलग जो हमारे बाग है कश्मीर में घूमने फिरने जाते थे. तो यस एंड ऑब्वियसली जो हुआ है 90s में वो तो हमेशा से ही हर दूसरे दिन जो है वो इंसिडेंट जो है बोला ही जाता है, कहीं ना कहीं आ ही जाता है. बट हाँ, मेरा जो एक्सपीरियंस है जब मैंने फर्स्ट टाइम ये सुना था अपने ग्रैंड पेरेंट्स से, तो माय grandfather Badrinath Kaul ji told me that when we left from Kashmir, I just kept my shaving kit with me because I I I thought that we'll come back in a week. So वो जब वो बोलते हैं ये चीज बोलते हैं और उनकी आंखों में आंसू आ जाते हैं और मुझे भी आंसू आ जाते हैं. एंड आई जस्ट फील दैट उनकी थ्रू देयर स्टोरीज आई हैव लिव्ड दोज मोमेंट्स. और मुझे लगता है कि मैं भी उस टाइम मौजूद था. शायद वही चीजें हम उन्हीं चीजों की वजह से शायद हमारे अंदर भी वो है कि वी हैव मेड दिस फिल्म. वी आर इन लव with that land, with our motherland Kashmir. We are in love with our language, Kashmiri language. Yes.
That's good. Ankit's story is almost similar.
Yeah, it's almost similar. Matlab, I am born and brought up in Udhampur and Jammu, and I after my 12th I went to Bombay for engineering. I left it after 6 months. I thought engineering matlab thoda technical cheeze, you'll see things and you have to do things. But when I saw it academically, I was like, nahi, it's not my cup of tea. I think I should leave engineering. I can't do it. I used to do theaters in school time. So I met Siddharth there in 2017 in hostel. 2018 we met. We did a play there together for Kashmiri organization KPA Mumbai. So वहाँ से it started like कि चलो यार, people are doing for their in their language, they are playing they are producing plays in their language, why not in Kashmiri? So we pitched KP organization ki let's do something with Kashmiri.
Just sorry to interrupt. We just came to Bombay to become an actor. We both were just with that dream of becoming an actor. But
yes, that is everybody's dream. Even I went in 90s, model and actor.
So I have heard stories from my grandparents only. I never went to Kashmir. I think I went for the first time for this film only, and now I have made this story कि मैंने मन्नत मांगी थी. Whenever I'll make my own film, then only I'll visit to Kashmir. तो I have made it a tagline now कि हर जगह में कोई पूछता है कश्मीर क्यों नहीं गए थे, मैंने मन्नत मांगी थी, जब फिल्म बनाऊंगा तो ही जाऊंगा. So we have started like that only.
There is a very convenient remark in the market that is being said on my show was Shafi Shok, who has got Padam Shri. आजकल तो Padam Shri तो चलता है ना. So he was on my show. He said, Jugal bhai, I asked him a very challenging question, interpolation of Lal and other things, because I asked such questions straight. But then he said that Kashmir is a carrier. Kashmir has become a carrier. I mean, Kashmir's, sorrows, joys, Kashmir, all the stories from Kashmir since the time it has gone into that hurricane, low, it has become a carrier. But I certainly know, because your story is my story, is MK Saab's story, is Razdan's story. I know the honesty and integrity which might have brought you here, but you were taught filmmaking after your completion of your school of college of mass communication. Tell us something about what did you learn there? How did this confidence grew of making an independent film?
Yeah, I think it's because of Mumbai. This is really like it's literally a city of dreams. This city motivated us to do this. And after completing the graduation, I did some of the projects like Mumbai Diaries Season 2, Rocket Boys Season 2, and Mrs. Chatterjee versus Norway. Ankit has done
Broken News Season 2.
Yes.
Dokha.
So we both were basically, me personally, I at that time I was personally observing directors at that time, that how they were executing things, how they were narrating stories to the actors, and how they were like showing that leadership on that set. I was just observing things; those things just motivated me, and obviously, so I got introduced to one Sindhi festival in my college, and that was Ho Jamalo, Sindhi festival, and
हो
in that
मालूम
festival वो festival पूरा Sindhi language में था, and that thing just motivated me to do something in Kashmiri also, and I just came with the concept, and we both built a small skit, 20-minute skit, which was in Kashmiri, and first time I just got introduced to the writing, and the response was really good when we did the play in Bandra, Andrews Auditorium. So the response was really good, and we just continued that thing of writing stories, different stories, and
We wrote
yes,
a series also. That's 2-season series. I
yes,
think 8 episodes both seasons. So that
together.
is in box. Yes. That is in box only because we showed it to some of our seniors in film industry. They were like, "कि थोड़ा exposure ले लो film का. Just do few films. You'll get to know how things
yes,
are made." So we kept that band only dabbe mein, and we started assisting only. So what I got offered for second AD. MK Rana sir knows it better, and you also know it better. Second AD, third AD. I used to be like, I don't want to do second AD, third AD. Just I want to be the clap wala banda, so that I can observe अच्छे से. Because second ADs are busy with artists, with costumes and all. I want to be on set. I'll do clap only. I'm happy with that only. I'll at least I can see how things are being, मतलब how
It's like
people are
like
working
Raj
on set.
Kapoor. Yeah, they all the
Yeah,
great makers in those era used to start with the clap boy. Yeah,
clap boy. I think that's the best thing to see things how things are getting done on set. So it
या
started with
जस्ट
that
वो
only.
दो जितना करीब हम रह सकते थे डायरेक्टर्स के पास, हम उतना रहे, और उन्हीं चीजों ने हमें मोटिवेट किया करने
So
के
so
लिए.
that is how it started.
you had an intelligent brain and you had an observing mind, so you didn't waste your time there, and you ultimately learned the craft. And what about the literature part? You are already doing mass comm and literature, understanding the world better. In our studio, we have a great legend who has done Shakespeare, who has done Ibsen, who has done all the world class classics, and he's known for that. So I'm asking you because now sensibility and sensitivity of a filmmaker, the sensitivity. Did you go through this? I mean, I mean, did you study literature? You wanted? Was there any quest to study more literature besides technicality?
I think we were not really interested in literature, and
Till then,
we should people were saying you should read books and all, but
Even MK Rana sir tell us every day you should read books,
you
you
should
should
read
watch
books, you
these
should
okay,
films.
watch these films, but पता नहीं वो बन ही नहीं पाता है. मैं एक पेज पढ़ के मुझे नींद सी आ जाती है, पता नहीं क्या.
आजकल तो वो आजकल किंडल आ गई है, आजकल ऑडियो बुक्स आ गई है, ऑडियो से भी
मैंने
एक और आ गई है ड्रामेटाइजिंग. वो आजकल वो ड्रामेटाइज
यस
करके वो एक कंपनी है, वो ड्रामेटाइज करती है पूरे कैरेक्टर्स को. एमके
यस
सर,
सर,
आई
वो
विल
भी
कमिंग
सर
बैक टू यू
मैं सर
सो
वो भी
दैट.
ट्राई किया था. मैंने सर वो भी ट्राई किया था, बट उससे मुझे बेटर नींद आने लगी.
But I'll tell you one thing: moment you grow in cinema, you will
Yes,
definitely. I'll tell you because you will definitely start reading. There will be a quest
yes sir,
there.
yes sir,
पहले आप थोड़ा
yes
सा
sir,
शुरू में इधर उधर से करोगे, फिर एक टाइम आएगा आपको जब डेप्थ नहीं मिलेगी ना, फिर आप यू लाइक टू स्टडी. ये मेरा अपना कन्विक्शन है. व्हेन यू आर इन
yes sir,
क्वेस्ट. एमके सर,
yes sir.
आपने इतने आई मीन सच अ वंडरफुल टू बॉयज, यू supported them and you are a legendary personality. I don't know about the other cast. We are coming to that during the descent of the program. But I really wanted to know what was your experience about this whole because I want you are an honest person, and I really want that at least we should not pamper our youngsters. They should start beginning that we have done nothing, and they should do more and more and more and more. That kind of an attitude will definitely serve. तो नाचु गॉडनिक लोग असान सु त्रपले अंग्रेज करे पच्चीस मुमृति वना में ऐसा का त्रपले अंग्रेज इन करी में. That's all. So let me kindly, I really want to know what brought you near to these two boys. And what was your experience before I ask for the conception of the character, of main character, protagonist, which you were playing?
See, first I didn't know these guys at all. I got a phone call from them. So we want to make a film, etc., etc. So they fixed a Zoom meeting here only where I'm sitting with you. And the Zoom meeting, they talked about the script, etc. We'll be doing this shoot, etc., etc. Well, I realized that they have never been to Kashmir. They have what is the memory of their parents. That was one thing. So I said, okay, give me the script. I will read the script. Next day they got the script. I read the script, and it has some very fine nuance in the script, particularly the last sequence, which I said, this is an original seed. When this old man goes to those empty houses and drops those letters there. And I said, yeah, I love working with the youngsters. I work over the years. They come with a crazy idea. We think that we know everything, which is a wrong notion. These guys, I've done a lot of these young filmmakers. One film I did, which was in 3.5 shots. The whole feature film was done in 3.5 shots. Every shot was 35 minutes. So that was a challenge. In this case was my sentiment, because I go to Kashmir, I know what the story is. This story is my story also. This was the story of every one of us. So it was very close to me. And one thing I liked about the story is that it is, first, you suspect of Kashmir script, it will be some propaganda, it will be some, violence. But here was a script which was really earthy. It had an earthy quality about it. It had a sentiment, kosher sentiment as for now. It was typically, and that is why it scores. That is where it scores, because it has that sentiment. They've got the sentiment, and that is the metaphor of this film. And we reached Jammu. We started shooting. They had a lot of difficulties. I think how they have made this film, my God only knows, because they had.
You're smiling.
And then first time they were in Kashmir to shoot with me. All of us are going together. Unless they have not been in Kashmir before, so we went to Pahalgam. From there, we got to go to Button to shoot. But I think they knew their subject very well. They knew
Clarity of thought. Clarity of thought.
They knew it very well backwards. They knew what they were. And they had with them 3-4 Kashmiri boys and girls with them who were part of the team. And the funny thing is, one of them, Kachru, kya naam hai uska Kachru ka? His house was in Battkoch where we were shooting. It was a rubble. And I saw him sitting there and crying. And I went to him, what is it? He said, this is my home. And it was a very emotional thing. I thought, actually, film hai to film nikal rahi hai ab. The film is about these boys who go first time. Then Siddharth was, somebody asked him, tum kahan ka ho? The Seer ka. Udhar nazdeek hai yahan Seer ka. That girl, another girl, the actress, she was from the Seer. So I think they were discovering Kashmir, but that was a good point for them. Plus point they got, because they were not influenced by anything, accepting their script and how to get it. If there would have been this influences of this prejudice, that prejudice, they would have gone little bit haywire. Like you see, a lot of Kashmiri films that have been made in Hindi in the Bollywood, they have no clue what we are all about. No clue. They look at the box office. This is the beginning, first film, I would say, not Mandirat, not Mahjoor. The first film which is about ordinary Kashmiri people and their problems. That's why there's a texture which is Kashmiri, which they got very well. And also that I hope, I see it from there, things will change. If the community responds, Kashmir as a whole, and we make films which don't become only Kashmiri Pandit typically films, they also become films which can be shown to the other of Kashmiri audience. So there will be financial support coming, returns coming, and there will be a small film industry in 5 years. It can happen.
That's true. That's one thing which MK Bhai said, that is something worthwhile, that he described in 1-2 lines, that is the master stroke of the master, that you were focused and you knew your job very well. And it had an earthen plot. I mean, it was a lucid one. Excuse
me, they were not influenced by anything. That was
not
smart.
Influenced.
They have not seen great films either, which I discovered later. But तुम लोग ने ये film देखी नहीं देखी, ये देखी नहीं.
I had a huge discussion with. I was trying to get their influences. Okay.
Yeah.
That was the best part of it.
Yes, that's that. Vinayaki, I will come to before I come to you. And Vinayaki, I would really want to know. I have read somewhere because today I was reading about your background. You are Kashmir. You are from which place? I forgot the name.
I'm
But
from Chattabal.
छछबल
Chattabal.
छछबल हम तो डैड में छछबल ही कहते थे तो
Chattabal.
छछबल की कुछ थोड़ा सा ना एक बिकॉज आप 7 साल के थे प्रोबब्ली व्हेन यू लेफ्ट कश्मीर 8 साल के
Yes.
थे या
7,
9 साल
8
के
years. Yes.
8 इयर्स के थे
7,
तो
8.
आप
12.
आपकी कुछ मेमोरी 7 साल के बच्चे की मेमोरी क्योंकि मैं एमके भाई जब 67 था तो मैं 5 साल का था जब बटर स्टेशन हुई स्टेशन ना मुझे अभी तक वो पूरी इमेजरी याद है वहां पे वो डीपी दर के वो बनाते यू रिमेंबर सर
Epicenter of that all.
एपिसेंटर ऑफ तो ऐसे डीपी विस्की हाई है डीपी को ऊपर हैट लगा के विस्की कश्मीरी पंडितों का बड़ा हजूम था बीबीसी तक सो आई रिमेंबर दैट इमेजरी एज अ 6-year-old 5-6-year-old boy so I would definitely like to know more about Chasabal although this is not a singular program we'll do a one-to-one program I was planning to do it with MK Bhai but before that he tossed me a question why don't you do a program with these boys these gems so I thought no let's give it a try first so please let me know आप लोग लेट तो नहीं हो
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, in
Please.
my case also, like I have very distinct memories of uh, living in Kashmir in that sense, and I'm very conscious about those 7, 8 years. Every memory over the years, what has happened, every small memory that I have like tried to keep reminding myself and not forget them. So because they become precious in that sense, like I'm just holding on to. And additionally, what I have done is like I just try to go back to that place where I was born. The house is now somebody else's, but I still go there. I went with my grandfather. Then few years back, I went with my father. I went with my 6-year-old daughter also. So I see the place changing. But the thing is that area, some areas are still old. You still are able to relate to. Srinagar has drastically changed in last, I will say, 6 years.
Yes. Where
If
the villages also.
people actually go back, you can't actually recognize. People actually will not be able to. Even people who are now much older and have memory, they will not be able to recognize their in those actually Battkochas. They will not be able to where their house was. It happened with my grandfather. I saw. So I like as I was already documenting, I was seeing what was happening. So but yes, I have memories of Kashmir, and that was my motivation of it was in a way a conscious effort to keep those memories alive. And as somebody who witnessed what was happening in 1990, I saw it from the eyes of a 7, 8-year-old who doesn't have very deep consciousness of what religion is, what conflict is, and those things. Who is a terrorist? Who is a policeman? What it is? The meaning of a gun? It is not clear. So that meaning of those already came only some years later. So yes, I tried to keep memory of those times with me. I have written about them because I'm also conscious of what is happening in our community. I see now older people, I interact with them, lot of artists. So I see they also forget. So I'm not very like as a reminder to myself, I make primarily writing for myself as a reminder what all I had seen, what all was there. I do write with that sense. So a lot of my writing, it looks like writing of some child itself because it has those kind of elements of my memory. Because what can a 7, 8-year-old write about what was happening in the world or what the violence was about? So, but yes, I have seen what where Siddharth and Ankit are right now about their memories of Kashmir or how they interact with. I was there in that position 20 years ago when I was in my 20s. I saw at Kashmir through that paradise kind of a memories which parents share. And over time, there is a stage when, since you realize again, violence flares up and it becomes again like a distant dream or something. So you go through phases like. So right now I'm in a phase like, okay, world is like this, and doesn't mean we stop producing things and telling our stories or just reminding ourselves. So that has to be a conscious, constant work. So I just go with that motivation.
That's so wonderful. That's so wonderful. We, as all the people, the intelligentsia, the best possible cream, the best available brains, they are coming together with a serious mission. It will definitely work जब आपकी intent अच्छी है तो. Siddharth and Ankit, I really want to know, I have heard about in my time Salim Javed, they write together. So you are directing together. Who is the first director? Who is the second director? And how do you share? Who is the cinematographer? Who is better with cinematography? Who is better with editing? Who is better with? I mean, I really want to know, because I was also connected one point of time. I was connected with this field, so a bit I know. Yeah, please let me know. Especially as a director, how do you divide your work?
So, especially talking about this, particularly about the Battkoch, he was always in front of the monitor, and I was with the actors. So every time, just after the cut, I just मैं हमेशा बोलता था वल्ली ओके है, मैंने ये बोलता था हाँ ठीक है, मैं बोलता ठीक है चलो नेक्स्ट मूव टू नेक्स्ट सीन. तो वो कोऑर्डिनेशन था हमेशा से.
That was from start only, like when we were writing the script only. तो सिद्धार्थ ने मेरे से सवाल पूछा, हम ऐसे बैठे हुए थे, तू क्या इमेजिन कर, व्हाट आर इमेजिनिंग द पोस्टर ऑफ द फिल्म. ओके, इसके दिमाग में ऑलरेडी था वो, ये मेरे से बस सवाल कर रहा था. मैंने कहा एमके रैना सर ऑन साइकिल विद बैग एंड लेटर, एंड हमने कहा चलो वी आर ऑन द सेम पेज, हम देख लेंगे. हम that was the only thing जहां से हमने कहा कि देख लेते हैं. and it's like कि sometimes I am wrong and sometimes he is wrong. एक दूसरे को डांट के कि नहीं यार ऐसे बेटर होगा, I think we should go like this and this, हम मैनेज कर लेते हैं. बट झगड़े भी होते हैं, बट we just sort it out.
एक दो दिन बात भी नहीं की है, बट
we just figure it out कैसे करना है.
But you are there from the time of conception. आप conception से एक साथ उसको प्लान एक साथ करते हो, स्क्रिप्टिंग के टाइम एक साथ होते हो, तो फिर तो it is like that the Dhurinder guy, the Kashmiri guy, whom again I am proud of, irrespective of what the subject is. The man Sandeep, what is his name? Dar, Mr. Dar. Aditya Dar. So I mean, he used to tell this when he was giving directions to these great stars like this man Ranbir and all that. So he used to give them shot 1, shot 2, shot 3, shot 4 as designed, na left, na right. So it was all pre-planned. He had worked it very hard on it, and actors were very brilliant. And what were your experience about MK bhai? Analysis. I want analysis as a director. तारीफ तो करोगे आप, वो तो हम सब तारीफ करते हैं.
मैं तारीफ ही करूंगा, मैं और कुछ मैं इतना मैं काबिल नहीं हूँ कुछ ऐसा कुछ बोलने के लिए.
बट आपको लगा कैसे एज ए डायरेक्टर, बिकॉज़ आपने उनको डायरेक्ट करा ना, यू अल्टीमेटली यू वर आई मीन गिविंग द कमांड टू सच अ लेजेंड.
एमके रैना सर के साथ एक चीज हमें अच्छा, मतलब बहुत मैं बोलना चाहूंगा, सिद्धार्थ नहीं बोलेगा, आई विल टेल दैट. एमके रैना सर के साथ एक चीज था कि हम एमके रैना सर को कमांड हमने दे दिया कि सर ऐसे ऐसे करेंगे, एमके रैना सर वैसे ही करेंगे. बट एमके रैना सर भी जब उनको लगता कि नहीं यार ये भी थोड़ा डगमगा रहे हैं, आई थिंक आई शुड टेल देम कि अगर आप ऐसा करोगे यू विल बी बेटर. तो एमके रैना सर ने हमको 2-3 जगह पे कमांड दिया कि नहीं यार तुम ऐसा कर लो, थोड़ा सही होगा. एंड हमने वो चीज एनालाइज की कि नहीं यार ये तो सही बोल रहे हैं, आई थिंक वी शुड गो लाइक दिस ओनली. तो वहां पे एमके रैना सर बीइंग सीनियर काफी, तो वहां पे उन्होंने काफी हेल्प भी हमें की है कि नहीं ऐसे बहुत चीजों में हम एमके रैना सर ने कहा भी है कि शूट में हम कभी डिले हो रहे थे, लाइक एक्टिंग के छोड़ के, कि एमके रैना सर का ये भी था कि यू शुड बी प्री प्लान्ड कि कैसे क्या क्या शॉट ले रहे हैं. एवरी पर्सन ऑन द सेट शुड नो कि हम क्या शूट करने वाले हैं, जो हम काफी चीजें लैक कर रहे थे बिकॉज हम बहुत चीजों में इंडल्ज थे, फ्रॉम प्रोडक्शन कि क्या चल रहा है, क्या चीजें नहीं चल रहे हैं. मेरे हाथ में एक बैग लटका होता था, एमके रैना सर यूज्ड टू सी ऐसे मेरे को, हाँ आया पैसे वाला बंदा. तो मेरे को बहुत बार एमके रैना सर ने ये चीज ही बोली है. तो बट एमके रैना सर ने बहुत हेल्प की है.
इट वाज अ ग्रेट एक्सपीरियंस एंड ऑन सेट वी वर स्टूडेंट्स ओनली इन फ्रंट ऑफ एमके सर. We were just learning and learning and learning. And
the way you handled Kashmir was something amazing. No director does that. They went to the location which they had not seen before, that house and other places, and they were on command. They yahan shot lenge, ye karenge. That was where they were not affected by anything. They were just on the ground.
That is something very
important.
हम
बहुत जगह थोड़े डगमगा भी गए. एमके रैना सर ने हमको लाइन पे बराबर लाया. हम लेट हो रहे थे और बिकॉज ऑफ छोटी छोटी चीजों से अपने फ्रेंड सर्कल में थे, लेट हो रहे. एमके रैना सर जब एक बार फोन पे चिल्ला देते थे ना कि वी आर हियर फॉर पिकनिक और समथिंग, और हम कहते भाई इट्स टाइम टू रश नाउ. एमके रैना सर गुस्सा हो गए, वी हैव टू डू इट नाउ. तो बहुत चीजों पे एमके रैना सर ने बहुत हेल्प की है.
You can see, I mean, that is age. he is so active and he's very cooperative, but at the same time, you know, he understands the value of the time. That is
Yeah,
what is
he's
most
so
important.
disciplined. अगर 7 बजे बोला है, he's ready before time, 10 minutes before this.
Like
And
हम
MK bhai,
plan
you have worked into interiors with that Shakespeare and Battkoch and all that, many experimentation. Since long you are doing in Kashmir, na? You have gone deep into the, you know, cultural areas of Kashmir where all kind of people live, and you have taught them Shakespeare in their own way and other things. Arey, wow. What is it? When it's coming? any I would like to ask Siddharth, any पहले तो मैं सर को बोलूंगा, तो any global or the local cinematic influence on your work? I mean, rather you really wanted to do that kind of a work as influenced by some kind, I mean the directors, I'm saying. आपको भी पूछ रहा हूँ सर, आपको पूछ ही नहीं सकता, वैसे पूछ लेता हूँ.
इनसे पूछ लो.
पूछ लिया ना. Imch zero, मैं बता रहा हूँ. When they were pitching, the Imch zero influences was zero. Na cinema, which na kita which was which worked in their favor, because when they were watching, I was discussing, okay, तुमने Iranian देखा है, ये मजीदी, अच्छा अब तुमने Postman रखा है, तुमने वो book पढ़ी है. Country without that poem is country without Postman. Anything. They know nothing. They have their story and they have perfected it. They
That's
know
wonderful.
Kashmir. They have they have captured certain things which every Kashmiri can relate to. So there is, it in a way, it is, so if there is no Kashmiri cinema that exists, like you said, Manzarat, it is about some personalities. It is about Manzarat, of course, it is about Kashmir, but it
time
is
was different.
wedding.
Time was
it is about and it is about wedding and those things, and then social things of that time, relevant to that time. Definitely masterpiece in that sense, and it is musical and everything. But these guys are discovering in Kashmiri cinema, if it is cinema and not drama. So because a lot of our films are then inspired, because we had theater, it was inspired by theater. There's no moving camera and it's just dialogues and those things. How what does Kashmiri cinema look like then, and how do you discover? So in that sense, if they are not influenced by some other things, so that is good. And M.K. Raina sir was there, so he adds his own additional. It was, yes, it adds the, if they are young, they miss some nuances someplace that comes through experiences, that how it will be like. So that is the beautiful thing that is happening in this film. And
yes,
first time going back to Kashmir and shooting, and totally unimaginable.
MK भाई, अब मैं पूछ ही लेता हूँ डीट बन के, ग्लोबल इन्फ्लुएंसेस क्या है आपके वक्त पे?
There is little, not much, the little influence of the Iranian cinema, little bit. The pain is the Iranian cinema pain in it.
Melancholy, like a melancholy. And who did the MK characterization? I mean, how did you do the characterization?
You see, as you said, I'm a bata. That's first thing. I know my uncles, I know my father, what they were. These all things were in front of me, and in doing this, I think for me there was so much material, I could do in this, but then you have to balance with other actors also. You have to, you can't overact and disbalance the whole frame completely. Sometimes you will. Another problem was actors. हमारे जो होते थे ज़्यादा बात नहीं करते थे. We'll talk about.
It's not DD Kashmir so channel. Time किचना im sari offshoots. That's बड़ा मुश्किल कैसा adjust करूँ.
Out of get them out of, as Razdan Saab said, get about the drama. Cinema is lenses. They catch you. So drama, the gestures, the drama, which is a theater. That's theater.
Melodrama. That's melodrama. Parsi theater. Parsi theater.
So if you see in our film, we got a lot of local talent. We got a lot of artists, writers, even lyricists. We managed to get. Our cinematographer.
Vinayak, you were part of this selection of the artist team. Yeah.
No. So they were choosing. As they said, they brought on MK Rana sir, I said okay. Then budget, let's
MK was
increase.
a
It's
great
not a
choice.
short
Great
movie
choice for the
anymore.
character.
It's let's so
Worked with Avatar KOUL, who was a Kashmiri but was trained brilliantly in New York. He did film with I did a film with him called 27 Down.
27 Down was one of the historical film.
Today I
Great.
got a phone call from people are watching it now. Like major painter in India called Atul Dhudia. He has seen it again. This time he dug my number. MK, I have to meet you. This is my life. When I was 40 years back, I had seen this film, etc., etc. But Avatar used to say a beautiful line. He says, he used to say, it is cinema, camera, it doesn't stay. So you have to understand. You have to understand science of cinema. It is chemistry. It is physics. It's light. It is movement. It is space. All kinds of things are there.
And it's a bits and pieces. It's a bit and
so
bits and
our
pieces.
cinematographer, I think he deserves a mention. Anand.
Yes, I really wanted
He's done brilliant. So that's where we need it. So cinematography, we need it. There are a lot of good cinematographers in Kashmir Valley among Kashmiri Muslim, our brothers. But among Kashmiri Pandits also there are. But among the younger generation, getting them and then involved, that was tough. So Anand stepped in, he's their friend. So he brought on certain nice camera work into the movie, which elevates the movie.
I'll just play a bit of it for reminiscence of the audience who will watch this show, if I am permitted, sir, for some moments.
All are here. Stakeholders are with you.
My kakan tono pais kodga. Asa ishe chirti perje. Atmanche sari dalil temsons. Tishya yaad ita ta shir chai chaban. Ratas set kat baat karam panavani. Atse panum khayal thevsi.
Chana sala, shiranchi chuti, ha? Astaro kashi.
Ne akat. Yo teplu sab kacha kashi.
Satrat dem sanskar. Ye lasish is bilkul tayar. Ye bag shumne theek. Ye achhi zip kharab gomus se nazar.
तू ऐसे जगह का प्रॉब्लम आ समझ से मैकेनिक क्या कर रही
नहीं मैं बोल रही हूँ तो क्या है ये लिखावट रोज रोज करान
वो करते ने बाको जो सहल ही
तो कितना अजीब है मेरा घर है और आज तक मैं कभी नहीं गई
आज सुन तो ये किचन सरी
बेटा तावना प्याओ
अच्छा तेरी कशीर था ओ पक्की वन पता ही बेगा
जंचुक पहली पेट जामुत तय मैं बासन खाइयो
रट्स ओल छे में यात मत रट्स
मेरे को मिटने वाली चाहिए यार
बक्स
कैसन मेहरबान
हाय 8 मिनट मेरा शाली मश
हां ये ना बोल
पाप जी आपको नहीं भागना चाहिए था कश्मीर से
कुछ मैं कहना शुरू पर भाई बाबा बोल 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 सारी काम कर बंद मां कुछ मैं कहना शुरू
रोका पुष्कर नता तन नहीं यार मैंने दिलदार है आज तो कमजोर
ये हाँ बाकी जो चिट्ठी में सॉरी लिखित अब क्या नमस्कार
So wonderful. Who has given the music? Music is so good.
Saurabh Zadu, original music. Saurabh Zadu, brilliant work done by him.
Very poignant music is
also.
after we did the trailer, we found a lyricist, Ravinder Bhatt. So he just emailed us. We were looking for somebody. I want like original songs. I also because there's no writing happening which can go in the cinema. We have still the old classics, but no fresh writing which can fit in a movie. We don't have fresh writing in that sense. And so where do we get it? So it just happened. Ravinder, he just after seeing the trailer, he emailed and he said, "Okay, I have written something." And his son is also a musician. He just done a quick composition and everything of his line, and he sent it. I sent it to Siddharth and said, "Look at this. This is interesting." And then it just rolled. We got a lyricist. Saurabh joined in as the music composer and music director, and it just elevated the movie to another level with the music. So, and these two guys have done very brilliant job at what comes in where. So we have whole background sounds and everything, and even the songs that play around linger in the memories. They are taken from those 50s and 60s when this couple would have been younger. And they had taken songs from the Search Kashmir archive, some of the Biste Biraro. I had uploaded it some years back, taken in from a French archive. It was hidden somewhere in a French archive under some audio 123 name or something. I managed to dig it, and they just used that also in a place. So there is a lot of wonderful stuff happening in this movie. A lot of pieces.
MK Raina, cinematography, and music. These three seem to be excellent in this, pilot I just saw. But actually, I have not seen the movie because I really wanted to see the movie, and then we could conversate it at length. And because I was interested to see the movie. Who edited this film? What was his? Did you shoot it cut to cut? It was appropriate cut to cut, or you shot like Raj Kapoor? Raj Kapoor कहते थे ना, वो फिल्म जब बनाते थे वो दुगनी तिगनी बनाते थे, फिर उसको कटिंग करते थे because he was himself a great editor. Who was your editor?
So Akanksha Zadu was the editor, and when हम जब shoot करने गए थे, we were at that time thinking that कि हम छोटा सा कुछ बनाएंगे 25-30 मिनट का एक short film. But the whole game changed on the edit table. It got converted into the feature length, and
oh my goodness!
I think
so. In a way, I had told them we need more footage. Like if it's going to be 30 minutes, you can't just shoot 30 minutes.
You shot a smaller film, which was not a feature film, and on the editing table, it became a feature film. Like that, you want to say?
Actually, it was like not a short film. हमने लिखा था, we didn't know कि कितना जाएगा length wise.
So actually, we were not that educated कि हमें filmmaking का इतना ज़्यादा knowledge नहीं था, तो हम शायद उतना अच्छे perfectly judge नहीं कर पाए अपनी script को कि
कितने मिनट जाएगी.
So yeah,
लिखा हमने exactly इतना ही था, मतलब थोड़ा ऊपर नीचे that improv हुए हैं, that is different, but the thing is कि हमने सोचा नहीं था कि 1 घंटा क्रॉस करेगा.
तो 70 मिनट नहीं क्रॉस करा. 70 मिनट में इस फीचर फिल्म कैटेगरी में आ गई.
So it was like so if it was getting made, so as a producer what I was like, if we are making a film and you are going to Kashmir for first time, MK Raina ji is there and you are going there, and don't come back with just 20 minutes in a way. Like don't come back with 20 minutes. You come back, you make your story, put in stuff, put in more depth into it. If it is going to be a feature movie, you will need having each roles having a little bit more layers or scenes with them. So some more density to the script was also given post, like what before the shooting and those things. There was elements added and those things, and then it was laid out like, but it was not like everything decided, or some stuff was decided on the spot itself when they were there. And obviously we have like the songs came in later. So how do you picturize the songs after the shooting is already, but the material was already there in a way, like you say, Raj Kapoor said. So they had the stuff that is supposed to be there. Now it became like, okay, how can we do it? Then we have the benefit of Jammu is always there. Like, so there was, we had the characters and everything. There is a certain part of story that happens in Jammu. So that had to be shown. So that also added length in those things. But yeah, it is, they can add how it actually became a feature length.
So also
it's very innocent. Yeah.
Yes, I just want to add one thing that we were just मुझे लगता है कि 60 minutes या 65 minutes की हमारी फिल्म बन रही थी फाइनल, but we just wanted to cross that line of 70 minutes and convert this film to feature.
65 पे आ गए तो फिर 5 मिनट का ही था, उसमें कोई इशू नहीं।
Also, we are so newbies. We don't know what is the duration of the feature length. We went to censor board guidelines, and they're saying you need to be minimum 73. Okay, then we are counting. Okay, 1 minute, 2 minutes. How does
So
it
for
become
that
70? So it
also-
is exact. It is exact 73. But
For that
it
also-
needs editing. That is where the editing comes in. Now you have a requirement, and it has to be feature, and you have to edit. And this is your footage with you. How do you make a story out of it? And this. So we did a lot of experiments there, and they had to deal with me also. Like I'm giving instructions on the phone. I don't have the footage with me. I'm telling they are telling me, see this. I'm telling my idea. Like okay, it will be like this. So we moving things around, but they're like, "Bhaiya, wo footage hi nahi hai." I'm like you mentioned that Bakri wala scene. They're like, they showed me one in that Bakri scene is not there. I'm like, Bakri ka nahi. So I'm saying like, no, it is supposed to be there. So we that added that has to be for like it was very like race to like okay, we are going to be making a feature film.
You are also
That-
an harbinger in terms of what is being said into the circles, that you got this, Kashmiri language by the film division. Language film, first time written in the language film, not the original language film. One of my another friend, like MK Bhai is my one friend who is with you, and another friend Chandra Mohanji was with you from Jammu. He went along with you. Okay.
Yes, he helped.
He helped
He
with
helped.
that.
So like our shock was like they gave me the film and everything. It is with me now as a producer. I'm like okay, I will do everything myself. I don't have help. I don't know anything about it. The process, I just went to the website. I'm not taking any agents or anything to do it. Like okay, let me do it myself. I come from startup background. Like we built company and stuff. I had 3 people building and those things. So I think okay, film can be also done the same. I will do myself. I will go to the website. I check website. Film is there. I check the listing. There is no Kashmiri. There is all kind of languages there. Kashmiri is not there. There is Hindi with partial Kashmiri, but Kashmiri is not there. So obviously, then I'm like stuck. We are stuck with for a month. Like, okay, how do we proceed and those things? Like, obviously, then there are people who are saying like, okay, you could put it as an other and then type in and those things, but it doesn't. It's not obvious these things. Like how if somebody is a Kashmiri which is spoken by more than 70, 80 lakh people, if you include only Valley and Jammu, and there are additional people, and when you go to the website we have produced so little movies and those things that the CBFC website was not caring about it. It's not there. So it became like no, it should be there. So then how do we pick? So there were people who helped in that sense. So and eventually it got added. I think if nothing else in future, and not just that, I think there are other scheduled languages that got added. So if tomorrow now the young filmmaker from other state are going ahead and they are in that state, they will see their mother tongue there and they don't have to just figure out how do I do this.
Concealed it.
Yes.
So yeah, MK Bhai, I want to ask you a question, very simple, very normal question, which is being asked. So I don't want to puck out, but elucidation of this character. What is the name of the main character? Main lead character, जो MK साहब ने play किया? पोष्करनाथ कौल साहब और MK साहब. तो इनका जो समन्वय है, this how did you reach to him, and what method acting did you use, and what is a bit of we also are a bit of from the same field, तो थोड़ा सा होता है कि कुछ learn करें.
सवाल नहीं समझ आया मुझे.
सवाल ये है कि how the conception of पुष्करनाथ जो कैरेक्टर है वो MK भाई ने कैसे किया, उसमें मेथड क्या यूज करा?
It's a simple method. I mean, I have been doing it all my life. We make a biographical character first of the person. How will he look? What should he be like? And then there is this from scene to scene. I write notes on my script itself. What he has to achieve in this sequence. What he has to achieve in this sequence. What is it? His relationship with his wife. What is it? with the son, with grandchildren. All that has to be, you have to know that all. Then only you can, enter into the frame.
Or
Yes, sir.
relationship.
And also that you might, I don't know, you will see lot of postures I did. These are typical Kashmiri postures. Atya korse, yatra. These are typical. Okay, there. For example, the last shot, which is that when he's completely finished with his photographing, and it is just, the problem was normally they wanted me to cry. But how much can you cry? Well, the shot is so long, how can you tears? There was no glycerin even. Production could, so I must have seen there was a light problem also. There was dark all around, and there is one source of light. In that, when I look at the photograph, I turn my torso to get into the light just by moving myself. I camera to nahi lega, main hi lunga thoda. And then when I completely last end is that I take a posture which is a RAZDAN posture. RAZDAN is a great sculptor in France, mastercraft, great. I've been to his home,
finest.
special,
The last,
and these kind of sculptures there. So bodies has to be sculpted according to the character. And
the directors are now discovering that.
very nice.
चीज में खुश करान एमके भाई का मुझे वन आई कांट से दैट ही इज रिचर्ड गेयर बट चीज ना यहाँ हमारे प्रॉब्लम है इंडिया में इवन फॉर दैट माइंड प्लीज डोंट माइंड इवन अवर खेर साहब यहाँ से वहां तक 20 तो जेस्चर्स वो बदलते हैं ये इतना बुरा लगता है दे डोंट उनका कोई जेस्चर जो है ना वो सारा कैरेक्टर अंदर होता है आंखों के अंदर और मूवमेंट में होता है minimalism होता है and it is so beautiful. So wonderful.
When you see great actors, you won't see them dancing with their hands and all this.
वो हाथ लाएंगे मुंह को ऐसा करेंगे फिर ऐसा करेंगे फिर ऐसे करेंगे. No, these are all भंगिमाएं. They are theatrical.
I would like to add something like what MK Raina, why it matters, why cinema matters, or why this local cinema or Kashmiri cinema, why it matters. Like he said, he added gestures. If some person is right, we have great literature. No matter how great a writer is, he can't capture that visual in words. Okay, this what he mentioned, the gestures he put in. If there is no film made in which this is captured, okay, the 2 generations down the line, there is no way to imagine what that lived experience, how those people were, what actually living people were like. Those gestures, those way of speaking, the way of sitting, and that never gets captured. So if we no film got made since 1960s to now, imagine all the things that would have changed. Every generation changes in 10 years or something. So many things got lost already, right? So this cinema, in that way, it matters that we should keep capturing. Of course, the quality will sometime it will be bad quality, sometimes it will be good, but even in bad there will be good performances coming out. Like it's a matter of volume also. It captures people's imagination of their own history, their own people gets captured through cinema. If you see Kurosawa or somebody, like you see Japan, you imagine that is how Japanese are, because he has captured those. Or even Satyajit Ray, he has captured his people. That is how you can imagine in 60s it would have been like this. Our Kashmiri people, we don't have much to fall back on visuals.
That's why when that idea came
captured in that.
That's one. That came to my mind once when I was going through this trailer. Satyajit Ray came to my mind because I have almost seen his all the films. सोचा चाक लगा वहां, चाक के साथ वो लाइन जाता था और चाक के साथ मूवमेंट होती थी और फिर वो लाइट्स ऐसी होती थी. वो लाइट का जो उसका एक्सपेरिमेंटेशन है, एमके भाई विल बेयर मी आउट. एंड अगर आजकल के बच्चे देखते नहीं है, यू मस्ट ऑलवेज सी कागज के फूल एंड प्यासा ऑफ गुरुदत्त. The experimentation of light, I mean, that is the zenith, how much they have worked. Cinema is cinema, language तो अलग चीज है, cinema की अपनी एक language है. So I think when you start working, yeah.
But the cinema is science, you have to understand. Gurudat used the same light in a different way. Ray uses differently. Ray's cameraman, I worked with both the cameramen. Murthy Saab was cameraman for Gurudat, and Satish Ray's camera was Subroto Mitra. Subroto Mitra was basically, but he invented this bounce lighting. It was not before that, never done in India. And before you had to see him 5 o'clock. He will get up in the morning, make lilies. What kind of lighting he will do it, what kind of things he'll do. We were doing I did with him New Delhi Times, and he did a shot in Film Street. Set was there, and 14 cameramen left their cameras to watch him shoot. Then you realize what a is. And what was it? A track shot in a corridor with tube lights, normal tube lights. There were no other lights. So we were living the same house together. I said, Dada, to
working with
shootings.
उनके फ्रेम आप देखिए ना, सत्यजीत के आज भी फ्रेम देखिए ना, पाथर पंच तो विशुद्ध इन फ्रेम तिम छुते बासा जानछन तिम 3 डायमेंशन क्या छुता जो 7 डायमेंशन फ्रेम छ तिम छ अलग ही क्या था बासा की ओस करा वही ये करता था गुरुदत्त. You must always, I suggest you must always watch Bicycle Thief. आप लोग जब भी टाइम मिले, you watch Bicycle Thief. That is the fundamental film to be watched. जब भी कभी समय मिला, entertainment में ही सही. I suggest as a because we could not do it, so we are suggesting to the youngsters. Razdan Saab, I would like to ask you one thing as a filmmaker. What was the response of the people, and what is your strategy? You are bringing this film into on releasing for one day, and then it is houseful, and then you wait for some time, and then you do release it for some other place. First of all, I want to know about the response of the audience. सबसे पहले तो response की बात करेंगे. उसके बाद में आपकी strategy, how you are doing this film and how you are working for its box office revival. Yeah.
So yes, I think Siddharth and Ankit are better in a position to tell the reaction because they have been as makers. They have made sure that they are among the people, among the audience. When I was there for the first day show in Jammu, so I wanted to see how people react to the movie, and obviously there were family and friends being there, and it was a special occasion. So, but when it's the same reaction that
your wire is
would expect.
Something. Your wire is disturbed. Your sound was not coming. Yeah, please.
Okay. Yeah, sorry. So I was saying the audience reaction is what we were looking for. Where there is humor, are people laughing? Where there is emotion of sadness, are people able to relate to that? Or where there are little snippets of Kashmiri humor that only Kashmiris will be able to catch. Are they able to catch on? So the audience in the theater is moving with the pace of the movie, which is an incredible feeling to watch. I had only heard about it, so we are not filmmakers.
That's a very intelligent observation. Siddharth would like to say something. Add on this. How did this the audience response? Yeah.
Can I interrupt? You see, we saw the film in Hyderabad, in the Hyderabad Literary Festival, with very few Kashmiris.
What's happening?
It was a stunning response. They were stunned. They never knew these things. The people in newspapers read things, but this was something very, very where they identified with it, which was a non-Kashmiri reaction, which means that if it is subtitled, I think.
Yes, it is subtitled.
It will work in other states also as a special cinema.
Siddharth, what did you, Siddharth and Ankit, what did you observe? Because you are there always on the screening.
It was really overwhelming for us, and it was always a dream that we will make. There will be a day when we will see our film on big screen. So first of all, it was really overwhelming. We first of all thank God for this, giving us this role and giving us this basically the character to play on this earth. And secondly, my dream was that कि मेरे जो दादाजी हैं, my grandfather, should come to see this film, because this story was somehow inspired by him only. He was the postman in his time, and this title Battkoch was given by him only, my grandfather Badrinath Kaulji. So when he came to the theater, it was really emotional moment for me. And his Ankit's grandmother also came to the theater. So it was really shocking for us. Like, people were coming, bude, old age people were coming after 50 or 55 years, after 55 years to experience this thing. क्योंकि पहले उन्होंने शायद कश्मीर में देखा होगा, तो मेरे दादाजी बोल रहे थे कि कुछ टाकीज छे ये इस फिल्म से हुई कुछ टाकीज छे। तो उनको क्योंकि बहुत टाइम हो गया है कि कब देखा था उन्होंने सिनेमा, तो सभी वो पूरी फैमिली जब आ रही थी, एंड वी वर जस्ट वाचिंग दोज मोमेंट्स एंड वी वर जस्ट फेसिंग ईच अदर एट दैट टाइम कि हमने सच में कर दिया है क्या।
I think we were standing outside the theater. Me, Siddharth, and Vinayak ji. My grandfather's brother came, and he was so happy. He came and he jumped on me, and he started giving me kisses. कि भाई तूने कर दिया, you did that, you are doing this, ऐसे वैसे. And
so he performed one Ladisha at.
He's an artist. He's an artist.
Ladisha.
तो वो इतना खुश हुए, वो मेरे को वो उन्होंने अपनी बुक साथ में लाई थी कि नहीं, फाइनली कश्मीरी सिनेमा इज कमिंग बैक, यू गाइस मेड इट. एंड इतने बुजुर्ग लोग कहूंगा, वो आके रो रहे थे, वो सब रिकॉल कर रहे थे कि कैसे चीजें हुई. तो हम उन चीजों को देखकर हमें ऐसा होता है कि भाई कुछ तो किया है, लाइक वी हैव डन समथिंग, कि लोग वापस आ रहे हैं, साथ में फैमिलीज आ रही है, टुगेदर दे आर वाचिंग दिस फिल्म. एंड ऑन द 8th व्हाट हैपेंड, I think more than 20 people went back because ticket नहीं थी, हाउसफुल था. तो they were like, हम सीढ़ियों पे बैठ के देख लेंगे, we are okay with that, but हमें अंदर जाने दो. But theater guy was like, sir, it's not allowed only, we can't allow them to go inside. तो next show के लिए उनको बोल दो. But हम क्या ही करें यार, खुद भी समझ नहीं पा रहे हैं किसको हाँ बोले और किसको ना बोले.
Great experience, great. People showing. In the last screening, MK Raina ji's old teacher showed up, Ratalal Shant ji. He, I think out of love, he showed up and he regaled us with stories of MK Raina ji's earliest performance in school when he was 8-year-old.
Hindu high school.
Yes.
That was on SIDDARTH. That is a SIDDARTH premise. Yeah.
Yes. So it was wonderful to see people turn up. People
he's coming. They are coming. They are all, and they are all coming into my show.
People who just are there.
This.
Even common people, some showing up with beautiful.
Okay, please continue.
Please. I think it's beautiful. So on one end we have like people who are in literature, have been in theater performance. They are showing up, and then on the end are the people who are the audience, and both are experiencing the same thing. So I think in cinema, the audience moves with the moods that the film wants to convey, and when the audience moves with it, it has worked. So it is incredible. They could have these two. I had never met them. I met them after the film got made, actually last November only. MK Raina and like, so it is. It could have easily failed. MK Raina working with two guys who he has never known. I am giving money and I might talk and advices about cinema and literature to two guys who have their own idea of cinema and literature. But I told them like they have the freedom. I will just be checking what they are doing, but they have their freedom of. And I saw the script. I saw the humor. I recognized it's a Kashmiri humor, and it is relatable Kashmiri life that everybody will be able to relate.
Identify with.
We were hoping it will work, but then comes the execution. Even if the idea is great, does it get executed? Even if it gets executed, after that, do the people actually see what you want to convey? It is incredible to see that happening. It doesn't seldom happen.
What happened in Srinagar? Did you do a show in Srinagar anywhere, in Tagore Hall or anywhere? No. Did you do it?
We did a show in Srinagar, Tagore Hall. It was a film festival. They were
festival.
Both. There were both community people. Hindus were there and Muslims were there. and we were थोड़ा हम डरे हुए थे कि what will be the reaction of the people there.
Sikh
community was also there, and Gujar community was also there. Everybody was. हम डरे हुए थे कि अब reaction क्या आने वाला है. When the film ended, everybody was crying. So
and
everybody was crying.
Yes.
It was like 5 to 10 minutes standing ovation.
They were standing. People were crying, and we were like, ठीक है, चलो, something is made and कुछ अच्छा बना हुआ, and let's move it forward and देखते हैं आगे वाले reactions क्या आने वाले हैं.
That's so wonderful, so wonderful. Siddharth, Ankit, what are your learnings from this filmmaking complete process at the end as a filmmaker? Because now you are a prospective filmmaker, you are going to make other wonderful films. What are your takeaway from this making?
I think थोड़ा सा थोड़ा planned हमें और चलना चाहिए, and थोड़ा सा script को हमने बस कैसे execute करेंगे वो हमें idea start में हो जाएगी, because on the set it get very difficult to shoot, and ना जब हमारे पास कोई proper थोड़ा plan नहीं होता है. हमने कभी ऐसे इतना charge नहीं लिया था फिल्म मेकिंग, मतलब कि एक charge में you are on the command कि आपको handle करना है. वो चीज थोड़ा हमको सीखने को मिला कि नहीं, थोड़ी बहुत चीजें कैसे एग्जीक्यूट की जाएगी, कैसे प्री प्लान की जाएगी. एम के रायना सर ने हमको उस चीजों में बहुत बार बोला है कि कैसे चीजें करनी है, कैसे तुम फंसोगे नहीं चीजों में. वो चीजें एम के रायना सर को हर बार पूछते हैं जब भी मिलते हैं. एम के रायना सर ये थोड़ा बता दो ऐसे कैसे करेंगे, क्या नहीं करेंगे, तो एम के रायना सर उसमें हेल्प करते हैं. एंड इसे मैं ऐड ऑन करना चाहूंगा,
इनको तो खाना भी देखना पड़ता था, ट्रांसपोर्ट भी देखना पड़ता था. पहलगाम पहुंचे, खराब मिल गया तो आप क्या करें, तो 12 बजे रात तक तो इनका टेंशन में देख रहा था. मैं चुप बैठा था, क्या कर रहे हैं ये लोग. नेक्स्ट मॉर्निंग दे रेडी फॉर द शूट. दैट ए बिग रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी इन अ शॉर्ट स्मॉल बजट. इट इज ऑलवेज difficult to achieve a quality film, but when you achieve it you forget all about your hardships. That's what has happened.
I'll like to add one more thing. हम जब फिल्म हमने ड्राफ्ट रेडी किया, हमने एक नॉर्मली बजट बना दिया था. We just made a budget, थोड़ा रफली बजट बना के we said विनायक जी इतना बजट बन रहा है, without asking cameraman technicians कि how much will they charge. तो when हमने थोड़ा कैमरा,
it was before making the schedule of the film that हम किस दिन कौन सा शूट करने वाले और कितने सीन शूट कर रहे हैं, उससे पहले ही हमने जो है बजट
खुद से बना लिया था कि इसको हम ऐसे कर देंगे, इसको हम इतना दे देंगे, इसको हम इतना दे देंगे. तो जब हमने कैमरा वालों से बात किया,
नहीं पहले अप्रूव हो गया बजट.
विनायक जी ने कहा चलो ठीक है आप बना रहे हो तो I'll pay, मतलब मैं इतना स्पॉन्सर करता हूँ आपको.
बजट गॉट अप्रूव्ड एंड देन
हम बैठे, we sat on table and we started कि भाई इसको इतना देना है, इनको इतना देना है, एंड उनसे बात करके वेंडर से कि इतना कितना चार्ज करोगे 10 दिन का 15 दिन का, एंड बजट गॉट डबल्ड. जो हमने फिगर दिया था डबल हो गया. अब हम विनायक जी को कैसे बोले कि विनायक जी बजट डबल हो रहा है. हम डर रहे थे. हमने विनायक जी को, विनायक जी एक मीटिंग करनी है, वी वांट टू टॉक अबाउट समथिंग, इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, इट्स इमरजेंसी. तो विनायक जी ने बोला ठीक है लेट्स टॉक. हम बोला विनायक जी द थिंग इज बजट इज डबल्ड नाउ, एंड वी थॉट विनायक जी विल बी लाइक ठीक है यार लेट्स नॉट डू इट, लेट्स कैन दिस टॉपिक, तुम देख लेते हैं फिर कुछ और करते हैं. बट विनायक जी वाज लाइक लेट्स डू इट. उससे पहले हमने क्या एक चीज कर दी थी, हमने एम के रायना सर को बोर्ड ले लिया था, काइंड
ऑन बोर्ड हो गए थे.
एम के रायना सर ये स्क्रिप्ट है, आप ये हमारे साथ कर सकते हैं, हमारे पास बजट नहीं है ज्यादा, हम बहुत कम बजट में कर सकते हैं, अगर आप अग्री करते हो तो हम आगे बात करते हैं. एम के रायना सर ने कहा आपने बोल दिया लेट्स मेक इट. तो हमने काइंड ऑफ पकड़ लिया.
मैंने कहा इन्होंने एम के रायना जी को पकड़ा है, अब वापस कैसे छोड़ देंगे. एंड व्हेन दे कोटेड आई कुड टेल यार पता नहीं खबर क्या बना, इतने में बनाएंगे, कश्मीर भी जाएंगे, ये गए हैं नहीं कहीं कश्मीर, कैमरा चंडीगढ़ से आना है, कैमरामैन मुंबई से आना है, म्यूजिक कहाँ से बनेगा. इन्होंने अपने मन से लिख दिया है इतने में बन जाएगी. या इनको बोलना था कि यार इतना दिखा देंगे ये प्रोड्यूसर तो मान ही जाएगा.
इनका वो हिस्टोरिक फिल्म की तरह हुआ ना, वो जो कियासिफ जब मुगले आजम बना रहा था तो उसने बजट पे बजट खर्ची करी जा रहा था. वो जो सेठ था ना उसका नाम था बड़जत्या सेठ. तो बड़जत्या था कौन था वो, तो वही सेठ की भाई अब तो मैं नहीं कर सकता, हो गया बहुत काम. तो कहता सेठ अगर इतना डालोगे तो फिर और होगा. फिर अल्टीमेटली ही गिव्स हिम मनी एंड देन फाइनली द ब्लॉकबस्टर हैपेंस. एंड दिस फिल्म
हमारा भी मुगले आजम हमारा हो जाता. हमने जब इतना बना लिया, जब 75 पे पहुंचा, हमने कहा यार एक राउंड और मारते हैं, श्रीनगर 30 मिनट और ऐड करते हैं. मैंने कहा नहीं, अब मैंने हाथ खड़े कर दिए, ये फिल्म मेकिंग नहीं होती है, ये नहीं. बाद में तुम फिर से जाओगे, यू गेट द टीम टुगेदर एंड देन दैट इज नॉट, वो नहीं.
Do you think Vivek, Raina bhai, Do you think that this film you can utilize on the OTT platforms like Netflix and all that? Looking at its quality and the make, will they be buyer there?
I mean,
आप विवेक जी बताइए, विनायक जी.
So we are exploring options. We are exploring, but see, the way I see it is, everybody looks at the market. If I am giving, they will be like Kashmiri films, kitni bani hai? What is the market? Just like for me as a producer, it is first time. What is there in the market? जैसे आपने कहा, आप screening की क्या है? मुझे पता ही नहीं कितने लोग आएंगे, क्या पॉपुलेशन है. हमारे सेंसस को नहीं पता है कश्मीरी पंडितों की पॉपुलेशन कितनी है ना? तो हाउ कैन एनीबडी स्टेप इनटू इट? Now OTT, if you see, we had seen this recently, movies set in Kashmir, but they make movies in Hindi language, Urdu. It is a very commercial decision in that sense, because they know they have to reach to more people, right? So when I went to it, my backup was like, क्या हो जाएगा यार, मेरे को, I know our population is already spread. Whether OTT comes, not comes, that is a financial thing. Our objective is people should watch for the people, for primarily the people for whom they are made. If I give example of Malayalam cinema, it was not for when it started, it was not their conscious decision that we will make stories in Malayalam, set in Malayalam, and then show it to the people in Calcutta also. They should also know. They are telling their stories. They are making their stories in there, and they are so universal that the world is watching. It created a market. Like it is true for any regional cinema. So we have to keep making. When we are ready, we have the numbers. People are watching. People show up, and quality of filmmaking actually improves. There are more faces, there are more artists who get spaces. Definitely OTT and those things, they will start looking into, okay, there is another market which is untapped totally, because they understand only market in that sense.
And everything which is,
there is an untapped thing. Yeah. So but we are trying right now. We are right now focused on, yes.
OTT और Netflix पे जो सारा आता है वो ब्रिलियंट नहीं है, एवरेज स्टफ भी बहुत आता है, तो उसमें कोई बात नहीं, चलता है जीवन. So I would like to, you have already talked about lessons from this filmmaking, and you have understood there must have been some hazards. Acting एक परफॉर्मेंस जो एक एक्टर बेस्ड होता है ना, जैसे हम थिएटर से थे, टेलीविजन से थे, अपने जमाने मॉडलिंग करते, हमें बड़ा, जब अगर हम डायरेक्टर कोई बनाएगा तो वी गेट वेरी मच पैनिक्ड अगर कोई एक्टिंग अपना कैरेक्टर को पूरा ना निभाए या वैसा ना निभाए एज इट इज डिजाइन इन द कैरेक्टर और एज द डायरेक्टर हैज थॉट. Did you find such ever challenges in while dealing it with the actors? You know, not name any actor. Yeah.
Yes. There were difficulties because those actors were more familiar to the
theater
and television thing. So we just have to minimize that, the gestures and all, क्योंकि वो आदत है वो सब हिलने की, फेस जेस्चर,
ब्लंडर करने की. इवन स्टेज में कहाँ आता है उनको, स्टेज में भी जब बैक मूवमेंट करते हैं तो मुझे एज अ थिएटर क्रिटिक मैंने कई बार डांटा उनको. स्टेज में भी जो वो बैक मूवमेंट करते हैं ना, वो टेलीविजन वाली करते हैं, वो ऐसे कर देते हैं. हाँ,
इतना मुश्किल नहीं हुआ, बट यस, देयर वर डिफिकल्टीज, बट देयर वाज अ फनी पार्ट. आवर एक्टर अनिल कोल चिंगारी, ही इज लाइक थोड़े से ना वो ओवर एंथुसियास्ट पर्सन है, थोड़े से
very energetic,
hyper.
He is like that. That is why we love him.
he's a very brilliant actor, but जब हमारा शूट हो रहा था, he got
dengue हुआ था उनको.
He got dengue, and at the same time he got typhoid. So उस वजह से क्या है, उनकी एनर्जी ना थोड़ी सी लो हो गई.
And एक पार्ट था, सीरियस पार्ट,
that fitted into your scheme.
मैच हो गया.
Exactly.
वो एक बैटरी लो हो गई.
तो वो अब ऐसे कहना नहीं चाहिए, it's wrong, but it helped us in some way. Yes. But
I would like to,
it was a great experience working with these actors. They were senior, they were trained, they were very well known to their craft. It was not much difficult to explain scenes or to because seriously मैं बोलूं, ये जो story है, they have lived this story in their lives, so it was not difficult to explain them कि ये ऐसा emotion होना चाहिए, ऐसा emotion होना चाहिए. They have lived it, they have they have experienced all
They have
these
breathed it,
things
breathed this
in their
idea.
life.
Yeah.
So it was easy for us in that way.
Siddharth, I want to reach to the climax because I have always been thinking about climax when MK Bhai, he distributes letters. There is some letter business, which is very,
Yes.
as he also said, this is a very unique and new idea. And let the audience know about what exactly it was. He distributes some letters to the different. He puts these letters at different houses in the neighborhood around. Yeah.
So
उसको थोड़ा
initially the
explain.
idea, yes. So initially the idea was like he's Voshkanath Koul, the character, the protagonist. He was a postman in his time. So when the family came back to the Kashmir, he just relived that moment of uh, like distributing letters. So initially the ending was like ये जो है साइकिल लेके निकलते हैं, he is just throwing letters to the houses. That's all. The film ends there. It was the end of the story. But somehow we were just struggling that we were just satisfaction नहीं मिल रहा था हमें end से. We wanted it like we wanted to end
थोड़ा
a
सा
different way.
emotionally.
थोड़ा और डीप जाना चाहते थे. We were just thinking. मतलब पूरी रात हम जो है सोचते थे कि क्या हो सकता है और क्या हो सकता है. So we came with the thought like let's just give life to the
Houses.
abundant houses. Let's just make it like humans only. Like we should talk to them and they should reply back. And we just executed that only with the letters. He's giving to the abundant houses is other letters he were जो वो लिख रहे थे जम्मू में. These were the letters कि वो अपडेट दे रहे हैं उन घरों को, उन खंडर घरों को कि ये फैमिली मेंबर्स आएंगे या नहीं आएंगे जो यहाँ रहते थे, और अगर और वो कहाँ रह रहे हैं, वो उनकी वो जो फैमिली
Rest you
मेंबर्स है
have to
वो.
watch in the movie. Rest you have to watch the movie to
Okay,
get the
sorry.
what is
Obviously.
happening.
Actually, I must tell you, Vinayak ji, this is basically not a current affair show. This is a conversation show. Today I have recorded. It will come on Sunday. So by that time, बहुत से local लोगों ने आपका interview ले लिया होगा.
No.
There is nothing. Yeah. One more thing I would like to say that this is a great effort, and this has happened. All the great people have been together, and it was really. Before I close, anything you want to share? Any other thing which I might have missed in my questions? Anyone among you?
I have a question for Siddharth. Like you mentioned about the end. So there is a beautiful dialogues and those things in Kashmiri happening in the movie, in those letters and conversations, certain things. So like how the writing of those things happened, of those dialogues, of those the conversation with the house that is happening. उसमें जो dialogues है Kashmiri में, and what he says. How did that dialogue writing process in Kashmiri itself, how it was done, finding the words, and because even if a lot of struggle in the movie was eventually how authentic our Kashmiri is there in the, because it has to be have a certain lyrical sense and those things. So they managed it very well. So I'm still surprised like how they managed to do it.
So once we came with the thought like to give life to the abundant houses, it was easy for us to write the dialogues. Like we were imagining that how the abundant house will react when the person asks him, or if he's asking के अगर घर बोलेगा कि तिम कच्छुविन, ये यम रोजान है तिम कच्छुविन postman should timan letter divant timshi London rosan tim yena kinna. I bas
Because
jaise
even
wo
those
thought,
dialogues, those are dialogues and conversation. They were not there in 90s, probably having those conversation in the early 90s when these houses were getting sold and everything. So this used to be discussion how houses are getting sold and what is happening, what the house situation is. These are actually people actually what I when I see that scene, I see there must have been people who have actually written it, not to the house, but maybe written to their own near and dear one, to their friends, and told this story. Okay, यार ये चल रहा है मेरे घर, it can show how it is happening. So it is very, very nicely captured. So very beautiful captured in the dialogue.
Like we
So,
saw in
I
the
mean-
trailer. We saw in the trailer also.
Can I add something?
Yeah,
That
please.
is story
Please.
it unfolds itself with the story of the people who have run away from these houses. One, that is the best cinematic device in such a short time. You tell the story of the entire exodus of that device is remarkably, where the cinema goes into stylization of cinema.
Stylization. Symbolic.
And then you bring it back to mundane when he enters his own space, his own home. Till then you do kya raha hai, pagal hai kya? When he goes himself in his own abundant house, और वहां पर भी अपने बरामदे पर अपनी चिट्ठी डाल देता है. This he used to do when he was in Jammu all the time doing. जो obituary आती है ना सबके newspapers में, he has been doing it. It is that way. That is the cinema.
That is actually that's how these. But this is the wonderful portion of the cinema which will make it immortal. I really wanted to see it, but अपना राजदान साहब ने भेजा नहीं link, तो कोई issue नहीं. I'll see it in a cinema when it comes to this place.
Theater में आप you are in Delhi right now.
I am a traveling man. I am traveling man right now in Chandigarh, but tomorrow I will not be here. I will be somewhere else. So, but yes, I will.
Sir, इसका एक reason, sorry to interrupt. इसका एक reason भी हम वो विमोय का link नहीं भेज रहे, because we want नहीं, मैं genuinely बोल रहा हूँ, वो तो भेज भी देंगे विनायक जी, मेरा कोई इसमें टेक नहीं है, but I want people to watch it in cinema because क्या है कि जब सिनेमा में experience ले रहे हैं ना, that is different experience. बैठ के मजा नहीं आएगा देखने का, तभी जितने लोग देखे सिनेमा में देखे, that is a different.
As an art critic, तो हमारा थोड़ा different वो रहता है. हम लोग I wanted to see the movie and then conduct this workshop.
So we will do another post screening.
चले, let us see क्या होगा, कब तक होगा. So before we close now, I think let's call it a day. But before going, I will do a rapid fire. And सबसे पहले मैंने सिद्धार्थ को देखा है बड़े कलरफुल फोटोग्राफ्स में. तो अभी जो आपके ड्रेसेस यहाँ आपने पहने थे ना, वो हमारे प्रोड्यूसर ब्रदर्स हैं दो, जो व्हाइट पहनते हैं दोनों ड्रेसेस. क्या नाम उनका, जो फेमस अब्बास मस्तान. आप लोग दोनों भी एक ही तरह के ड्रेसेस डाले हैं, इन द लाइटर वेन आई एम सेइंग. तो दैट लुक्स वेरी व्हाट इज द रीजन? देयर इज आइडेंटिफिकेशन दैट यू आर वन.
सर, हमारा ये शॉल के साथ ना बहुत पुराना रिश्ता हो गया अभी, एंड हम जहां भी जाते हैं दिस शॉल्स आर विद अस ओनली. कोई भी ड्रेस शॉल के साथ, पता नहीं क्यों है, ऐसा है क्या है, ये शॉल हमें कभी छोड़ते नहीं, हम इनको छोड़ते हैं. तो ये
शॉल लेके घूम रहे हैं हर जगह. अभी समर आने वाली है, मूवी विल बी गोइंग टू हैदराबाद, तुम वहां पे भी शॉल पहन के घूमना.
शॉल ऐसे रहेगा, शॉल पर चुसुई.
चलिए, नो इश्यूज.
Yes, this is part of their identity.
Siddharth is a good singer. I don't know about the Ankit, and at least I wanted a bit of murmur by everybody, because MK is also a performer besides a genius and maestro, like international. So, but अभी वो he's taking meals. तो आपसे मैं सिद्धार्थ एक्सपेक्ट करता हूँ, आप कुछ हमें लाइटर वेन में सुनाइए.
अंकित भी बहुत अच्छा सिंगर है, ऐसी बात नहीं, हम दोनों साथ में ही गाएंगे. अगर गाएंगे
गा लीजिए, साथ गा लीजिए.
तो कौन सा गाना?
बहुत बट नहीं गा लेते,
हम अपनी
फिल्म का गाना गा लेते हैं.
अगर
चलिए, अपनी फिल्म का गाना.
विनायक जी अगर परमिशन दे तो अपनी फिल्म का थोड़ा सा गाना गुनगुना लेते हैं.
विनायक जी परमिशन दीजिए.
नहीं आएगा.
अच्छा, चलिए फिर कोई और गाना गाइए, कोई बात
नहीं आएगा. गाओ.
अच्छा, चलिए, ठीक.
ठीक है. वत बटनी वत कर सखरा मेर सफरस वक मेरा वत बटनी वत कर सखरा मेर सफरस वक मेरा फुट मुत खूर तई बड़ छमना Makляв sori sumyon chikcha. What butni what kar sakra me safaras vak maira.
Wonderful.
Wow.
Thank you.
That's so great. That's so great.
But yeah,
I have heard you singing a Himachali song also. Chambe diye kuch karke. I have also heard. Anyway,
Yes, yes.
I would like to have a small rapid fire with everyone. All of you have to give a reply, including the maestro.
yes, yeah.
Eh?
Close now.
No, not. I'm not going to close. Rapid fire. And
MKG सुन क्या उस rapid fire.
Ninpol.
I'm just start with best storytelling medium you like the most: celluloid, theater, literature, or any other medium. I start with MK Bhai because wo theater ke bhi
All the medias. I worked in theater. I worked in the. I write my scripts. I write my books, and I do cinema because it takes me away from my hard work. Really, cinema is fun as an actor.
as an actor fun. That I know you are as an actor working in cinema. And you, Siddharth and Ankit, your reply to this theater क्योंकि आपने theater भी किया है Ankit, literature,
Yeah,
celluloid. Film.
I love films and
Films and theaters.
theater. Basically, I love musical plays. So yes, theater
Opera.
also and
Opera.
Theaters and
somewhere.
cinema.
Okay. That is storytelling. That's for storytelling. I'm asking. Vivek ji, आप sorry, आप अपना बताइए, राजन साहब.
Me, I like reading, but I consume cinema more. But actually, it has become a matter of convenience.
Okay.
That is what happens.
Wonderful. Most favorite filmmaker? MK Bhai.
Ritvik Ghatak. And
My goodness. Oh, Ritvik Ghatak. Oh, wow.
and Adur Gopalakrishnan.
Dekus Goyim?
Adur Gopalakrishnan. He's
Adur
a very
Gopalakrishnan, Kerala.
Dragon, great master filmmaker of Malayali cinema. Great man.
Great man. He's a great. But Ritvik Ghatak died, and he died prematurely, like Gurudev. But he was not.
You like Tolstoy, you like Dostoevsky. You say they died. You don't say
No, they didn't die.
they died. Their cinema lives. I like them because of the cinema.
But Ritik, there is Ritik Ghatak's lot much cinema which has not been edited, which didn't come into the see the
No.
light of the.
That's
Yes,
not-
there is a lot of cinema of Ritik Ghatak. Acha, what favorite filmmaker? Indian and Western. Favorite actor? Indian or Western? विवाह अपना बताइए.
किसको कर रहे हो?
आप बोलिए ना.
सर आप ही
सबसे
बोलिए.
अरे यार,
एमके राणा सर.
तेरा नहीं है.
हैं?
Tarkovsky, I like even Kurosawa as a director. I like both of them very much.
Oh, that's great. And you as a director, Razan sahab, आप?
As अच्छा राजन.
अरे नहीं डायरेक्टर्स को बोलने दो.
नहीं,
नहीं,
आप
आप
पहले
बताइए.
बोलिए. नहीं, इट्स अ रैपिड फायर, सबको देना जवाब. बोलिए.
So favorite director.
इंडियन,
Director.
वेस्टर्न, कोई भी हो.
No, I will, rather than favorite, I will tell initial influences or what inspired. So I will be very. I as a young person, my sequence is like watching Manmohan Desai, and then there was an element of where our Hitchcock.
Alfred
there's a
Hitchcock.
Hitchcock, and then in between, then I started discovering Iranian cinema, and then of course Kubrick and those things are there, which was treated as discovering Godfather at the age of, I think I first watched it at the age of 7 in Kashmir itself. That is
Marlon Brando. Yeah, that Godfather is the.
a 7-year is not supposed to watch Godfather, but I had managed to. They used to hire these VCRs and those things, and it captured. One of the scenes I saw is the first scenes I remember is that shooting scene in the toilet, how they get the gun and then shoot.
And gets up a gun.
Those are initial.
Al Pacino.
Yeah,
Al
those are
Pacino.
Yeah.
That's a masterpiece cinema. Anyway, it's a rapid fire, so we will not go in more in details. फेवरेट एक्टर सिद्धार्थ आप बताओ ना, फेवरेट डायरेक्टर कौन है?
Favorite director, I Sujit Sarkar and Rajat Kapoor.
Rajat Kapoor. Which movie? Which
Aankho Dekhi and RK.
RK. Great, wonderful. Favorite actor? It's a rapid fire. Fast चलिए, fast. तभी मजा आएगा. Rapid fire MK भाई. Favorite actor?
Yeah, at present, yes.
नहीं, anyone. Past, present, future.
Yeah.
रणबीर कपूर
Who?
मुझे पसंद है।
Balan Mando? MK भाई
आवाज नहीं आ रही।
कौन एक्टर कौन सा है?
हैं?
आवाज नहीं आ रही आपकी।
हैं? अब आ रही
एक्टर
है?
अब आ रही है।
I
एक्टर
told
कौन?
you, Nasir.
नसीरुद्दीन शाह। ओ ग्रेट ग्रेट। आप बताइए राजदान साहब, एक वर्ड में देना आंसर बस।
Actor. I think very tough to choose in one word.
चलो वन कर दो, वन ही कर दो, वन वर्ड, सेंटेंस नहीं चाहिए।
आप उनसे पूछो, I will think.
मैं बोल देता हूँ, mine is रणबीर कपूर। रणबीर कपूर।
रणबीर कपूर, ग्रेट ग्रेट। सिद्धार्थ यू?
मैंने मुझे लगता है मैं सिनेमा में आया गोविंदा की वजह से। गोविंदा की फिल्म्स देख के तो वो मेरा ऑल टाइम फेवरेट है। आप
वो
चाहे
तो जमाने का बड़ा
हाँ,
फेवरेट।
वो जमाना अब नहीं है, बट आई लव हिम, आई लव हिज फिल्म्स।
एंड विनायक जी आप?
So there are, I don't pick one. I will. It's
No, one. You have to speak one or two. ये रैपिड फायर है सर, ये ऐसा नहीं होता है, ये इसमें पैराग्राफ नहीं चाहिए।
I'm incapable of giving now lists of one.
चलो, should I move forward? Should I move forward then? आप बोलेंगे
Yes,
कुछ?
definitely.
बोलिए जल्दी। चलिए, फेवरेट नॉवेलिस्ट MK भाई। दोस्तोयेव्स्की। ओ क्या बात है, वंडरफुल। आपने नॉवल तो पढ़ी होगी कोई, अपना सिद्धार्थ जी, अंकित जी?
सर ये एरिया नहीं है हमारा।
अगर हमने पढ़ी भी होगी हमें याद ही नहीं है। हमने स्कूल टाइम में पढ़ी होगी, हमें आई थिंक नॉवल मुझे लगता है मैंने एनीज आई थिंक वो ज्यूइश जो एक कैरेक्टर है एक यंग गर्ल का, उसकी मैंने नॉवल पढ़ी है।
You are talking about
Annie Frank, Diary of Annie Frank.
Yes.
Diary of Annie Frank. Diary of
Yes,
Annie
yes,
Frank. Oh, that's a wonderful. That's a play also. Beautiful play.
Mm-hmm.
And you, sir?
Again, rather than favorites, I just mentioned early influences, which is Rushdie and Marquez.
Salman Rushdie and?
Yes, Salman and Marquez. Gabriel.
ठीक है ठीक है। The favorite musician, band, composer. ये तो सब आप जब दे भी पाओगे आप सब लोग। I will start for MK भाई।
I don't really know. I can't say.
Zubin Mehta, probably. I think you would love him.
Yeah.
Anyway, you आप बताइए।
Pass.
विनायक जी तो ही बनियो।
Musician.
No, आख लफ्ज, पैराग्राफ नहीं, one word.
Oh, musician. I think for work I find Led Zeppelin very helpful.
Oh,
I just listen to Led Zeppelin and I'm able to work.
आपको सिद्धार्थ?
His band Indian Ocean as band.
है?
कौन?
Indian
Ocean, beautiful.
Indian Ocean. Okay. Chaliye, anyway, that was a cost and profit and future promotions. I'm not going to ask these questions. These questions are strategic questions. So it was very wonderful to be with all of you, and we had the great illuminating post, the beckoning post, MK Bhai here, and Vinayak ji. What a wonder to talk to you, and Siddharth, full of life, and Ankit, full of life. I'm so grateful that you were on this show. This show will go to the archivals and it will be on the YouTube, and I'm going to do a promotional, put promotional photographs also in FB for the sake of the information. So next Sunday it will be broadcasted. It will be broadcasted live. It will come as a live. Before that, before we move at थोड़ा सा बोरियत को तोड़ने के लिए हल्का सा एक और काम करते हैं, हल्का सा. I know it's getting late, तो मेरे shows होते ही बहुत लंबा होते हैं, तो हम थोड़ा फोटोग्राफ्स पे बात करेंगे जल्दी जल्दी, 1 मिनट में बोलिएगा। हु इज दिस गर्ल एंड हु इज द एक्टर?
Sakshi Bhatt. MK Raina sir.
Sakshi and MK Rana ji.
Beautiful. Amke Rana ji has spoken a very good dialogue there. And who?
MK Rana ji and Raven Bhatt. Like Poshkar Nath and Nitin.
Okay. This beautiful shot. Light क्या है? प्यारी लाइट है यार पीछे से.
It was a golden hour at that.
MK भाई तो चमक रहे हैं. Yeah.
Anil Kol Chingari ji, Kusum Tikku ma'am, Sakshi Bhatt, Raven Bhatt, MK Rana sir and Farooq Saab.
Okay.
Kusum
This
Tikku,
is,
Kusum Dhar ma'am
Kusum
and
ji
MK
है.
Rana ji.
MK Rana ji's posture is different.
Anil Kol Chingari.
ये तो चिंगारी है.
ये हाउसफुल आपने
That
कर
is
दिया.
Houseful.
That's houseful.
ये ओरिजिनल पोस्टर नहीं है.
It's me, Ankit.
ये AI जनरेटेड.
वो कहाँ से आ गए? ये MK भाई का पुराना पोस्टर है सिद्धार्थ कॉन्वर्सेशंस में.
MK Rana
लाइव
ji.
स्ट्रीम 20 May 2021 at 7 p.m. 9 day 7 p.m. So ये रिमाइंडर है. What
It's
is this?
Satya, sound guy, Sakshi, Piyush Valli, me, Raven, मेरे पीछे and Shalini from the makeup department.
Okay. चलिए साहब, ये हो गया.
पीयूष अभी भी हेल्प कर रहा है टिकटिंग एंड एवरीथिंग में.
It's me
अंकित
only.
ये आप लगते नहीं हो. अंकित
हाँ सर, ये मैं दाढ़ी और बाल बढ़ा दिए थे.
ये लगता है एलियन, some alien has come from some planet and suddenly landed in Himachal.
It's in Pune.
It's in Pune? Okay.
Yes. Siddharth KOUL.
सिद्धार्थ कौल. अच्छा चुमासा बटकोट ठीक बटकोट ना आसान जरा सिंपल सा होता है जैसे वेल मैनर्ड एंड
सोनू कपूर.
अनुगोपुर. And this is a very good photograph. MK भाई का बहुत अच्छा है. This is you all the team.
Siddharth, Anant, Akansha, Rambhai, Piyush, Anil Kol Chingari, Aina, Vasist, Jas, me, MK Rana ji, Anmol, Kusum ma'am, Anmol Kachru, Ashraf bhai, our driver, जो पूरा ट्रांसपोर्ट का देख रहे थे. सत्या इज देयर, इनका मनोज भाई, द बूम मैन इज. हाँ
Okay.
सब है इसमें.
Anant is in the cab.
हाँ. And it's again houseful. Show houseful.
विनायक जी कह रहे फिल्म देखने जाओ. मैं कैसे देखूं? हाउसफुल है सारा.
सर आप टिकट अवेलेबल हो चुकी है वापस 16th and 18th का शो. MK Rana जी एंड अशरफ भाई, इनका
पेंसिव मूड है. नहीं जॉयल मूड. जोवियल.
Yes.
ये शूटिंग चल रही है.
People there were really very supportive. They were helping कि कुछ चाहिए, खाना ये वो सब.
सत्या जी, अनंत, अनमोल काचरू
And the crowd.
and local people there.
Kudos to you guys. You have done such a wonderful job. Music is fabulous. Cinematography flawless. And MK Bhai is there. My goodness, what else one needs?
Siddharth, Anant, Anmol, Vasist and me.
Okay.
It's me and
So thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much. With that, we'll say Shabba Khair. Good night. Thank you, sir. MK Bhai. I am going to do a program with you complete from 27 down.
I have to go.
No. Whenever, maybe after 3 months, 4 months. Okay. All the best. And विनायक जी आपके साथ भी एक करना है कॉन्वर्सेशन. इंपॉर्टेंट कॉन्वर्सेशन करना है. कश्मीर क्या कहते हैं उसको, आपका सर्च कश्मीर, उस पे हम लोग करेंगे. So we'll do one. Let us see. जब भी हमारा शेड्यूलिंग होगा, I'll just let you know. It was wonderful talking to you. Thank you very much. And Siddharth and Ankit, wonderful being part of this Shitanath Conversation show. I hope you like this lighter moment. Yes. And the way I conduct it. तो
Thank you
so
much for having me. It's
आनंद आए और मजे में सब कुछ हो जाए, सिंपल तरीके से हो जाए. Hello, thank you very much. All the best.
Thank you.
You can just disconnect from your own, instrument. Yes. Thank you very much. Best wishes. No. Good luck. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot. जिधर जाते हैं सब जाना उधर अच्छा नहीं लगता. मुझे पामाल रास्तों का सफर अच्छा नहीं लगता. गलत बातों को खामोशी से सुनना, हामी भर लेना, बहुत है फायदे इसमें, मगर अच्छा नहीं लगता। मुझे दुश्मन से भी खुददारी की उम्मीद रहती है, किसी का भी सर कदमों में अच्छा नहीं लगता। बुलंदी पर उन्हें मिट्टी की खुशबू तक नहीं आती। ये वो शाखें हैं जिन पर अब शजर अच्छा नहीं लगता। मैं क्यों बाकी रहे आतिशे जनू ये भी जला डालो, ये क्यों बाकी रहे आतिशे जनू ये भी जला डालो, कि सबके घर हों और मेरा ही घर अच्छा नहीं लगता। With that, I'd like to close today's show, and I think this was a great experience meeting the young boys who made this great film, Battkoch, and I wish all of you go to the cinema and support and appreciate their effort. And with that, I would like to say good night, Shaba Khair. Thank you.